Let's make it that. This is a VOD from Plebs, which is our top team at Keele. I say top team because, hey, someone else could outperform them, in which case they would be top team, right? But supposed top team against, I want to say it's Uni of Birmingham, one of their teams. And this is apparently like a really close game. The other two they played with stomps, just easy 20-minute victories. So I want to go over this. I want to do a cheeky VOD review and break down as to why I assume they lost. Put direct camera on. So let's have a look at team comps, shall we? I don't know what the draft order was, so I can't talk about, you know, specific details of the pick and bans, just what like the picks are and the synergy of the team comps. So both teams are looking to go for a split push top laner with Fiora and Camille. I'm not sure who's stronger. If I had to make a guess, it'd be Fiora and the absolute late game, but probably Camille like most of the time before that. Junglers, Zac is really high priority right now, so like Birmingham getting Zac is just really good for them. I assume other junglers were banned out, so Nunu had to be picked, but it's not necessarily bad with a Cogmore, but Cogmore's not necessarily good right now, since he did just get nerfed. Of course, that's Jackal's main champion, so I understand why I'd pick that, but yeah, Nunu probably not as strong as the Zac. We'll have to see how it gets utilized in the early game. Orianna into Vladimir. Probably favored for Vladimir. I'd imagine, unless Orianna has like the range advantage where she can just sort of QW him constantly and he can never get a Q back onto her. Both just looking to do a load of damage in team fights though, just AoE and destroy each other's teams, so probably pretty even. Surprised that I'm surprised Orianna didn't go Ignite being against a Vladimir, and neither of them took Teleport, although Vladimir does have Unsealed Spellbook, so I'm sure he'll swap for that. But yeah, AD carries, this was like standard a patch ago, but I'm not too sure about the Cogmore like we previously mentioned. It's just that Rage Blade is really strong, and then supports Tam Kench, super high priority, really good on Pepe Frog, and then Morgana, not necessarily good against this comp, which is attributing to one of the, I guess, failures of this comp. Where is the hard engage? Where is the CC? How are you able to pick people off? Like, all you can really do is look for some sort of flanking ultimate with Tam Kench, or like an engage from Vladimir from behind if he's able to get a teleport behind them and stuff like that. Like, this comp doesn't really start fights that well. Whilst, I mean, Zac Orianna with, you know, Varasalt to catch people off, or Morgana binding. This is really, really good. So honestly, like, draft-wise, straight away, I think Birmingham won it. Because this combination of champions, although they are all technically individually strong, I don't think as a 5 it works. And scaling, it's not really that good, because Nunu kind of stops having any presence other than being able to like blood boil an absolute zero and like use some support items onto Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw's late game just got nerfed, you know, but there is Vladimir and there is Camille, so at least there's something there. But all of these champions are just really strong late, so I think I just think Birmingham won in the draft. Again, I didn't get to see like how the pick and ban actually worked order wise, so could have been really smart from them or just really dumb from Keele, but we don't know. So they're going to be lining up. I'm interested to see if they go for any deep vision. Pepe does spot Zac, so it would make sense. Nunu looping around. That's good. That's just really good. That's an adaptation which I like to see, because they weren't originally doing that in their earlier games. So Pepe is also looking to place this one. I hope. They've called... Oh no, they've called for this. And they've spotted him. Okay, Pepe, yeah, Pepe gets a free ward, which is nice. Actually calls not to place it. And then they're going to go for a red buff start. Okay. Good from Birmingham to find that move before the invade. So, in terms of lane matchups, like I said, I think Camille wins. I think Vlad probably wins until Orianna gets some good sort of mana, until she gets Morello's. And then I want to say bot lane's favoured just because of the Morgana being able to like prevent what Tahm Kench could typically do. If you were to... Wow, that was a really good binding. If you were to ever get a tongue off onto the Varus to then chase him down and eat him and spit him, I don't think you can with the Black Shield. I'm not entirely sure how that interaction works, but I think she's pretty solid with that. So Nunu looking for a lane gank whilst Zac is nearby. So we're going to see something in the bot lane. This is just going to be classic 3-on-3 Jackal being forced to flash away from that one, getting quite low, but yeah, just more damage, and they focus the target better, so strong from Birmingham now. Alright, question. I assume Camille's going to go Q-Max this game, that would just make sense. At least I should hope so. Nunu went straight for the dragon. Oh, okay. Glad we saw that. Nunu gone straight onto the dragon. He'll be able to pick that up, I should hope. No, decides he can't do it. Okay, that's really bad actually. How much time did he waste doing that? Apologies. Okay, so it was from about 3:30. Maybe that 3:45. About half a minute when he could have backed, or I mean, you should have backed really. Could have gone for this, but yeah, that's a bit difficult. Maybe a bit over eager to go for it, considering how low on health she was. So Camille seems to have put points into both the Q and W. I'm not sure what the max will be there. Yeah, because it's 2 points. Yeah. Oh, bot lane gang. Zac was able to get it. Using another vision. That's just Zac being able to assert pressure. I wanna see Crimson right now going to steal everything here, and that's gonna happen, which is nice. Zac should be aware this is happening, so they are going to run into each other. Yeah, it'll hope. Yeah. Shame about the forced flash, but let's rewatch that. Bembo might have needed to have. Okay, when this call is made, when he spots him, Bembo needs to start running down, ready to hop over the wall. He needs to just go for it. He needs to just go for it straight away. Okay, he needed to actually go in there. Because in the situation where they simply pressure away the Zac, they then get to just hop on the blast cone away. Maybe they kill him. And in the worst case, again, it's just some summer spells used, but that could have actually been like the Nunu flash not being wasted and potentially a kill onto the Zac, although Zac passive, so yeah, just I would have liked to have seen aggression there from Bembo, so now he's getting caught, but away from that one. Let's have a look at the CS, just pause, reline this, because every time you touch time controls, this resets the scoreboard. So CS up now for Fiora. That kind of makes sense with the pressure, but I don't know. I think Camille should be up. So all Keele has to do is sit back and they win. No, why? Oh no, this is wrong. This is wrong. Good to be up in CS there, but he's got an assist, so gold-wise is probably pretty close. Orianna, yeah, now she's got the lost chapter. She'll probably have a fun time against Stake, and then Jackal was forced away from the tower. You don't actually outscale though. Right, think about it. Nunu, like, he's just not really a presence in the late game. Kog'Maw just got pretty nerfed. He only has like his mid game now. So then it realistically, like, only the Vladimir and the Camille are really gonna hard scale. And look at the other team. And Orianna, Fiora, like this is hard scale. I think this is better. And we talked about it earlier on. Obviously, I guess you missed that, but like look at the engage options and the hard CC and all that on this team, and look at what's on this team. They can't actually force anything, even if they were to, for some reason, like have a stronger late game, which I don't think they do. Like, they can't start a fight without like a TP flank or something, or a flash ult from Camille or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yes, this is fine to be down on CS because you did get the gank from Zac that killed your support. But yeah, top lane, I'm not sure whether that should be down in CS is what I'd say. What's he maxing? I can't. He's sort of doing both right now. I'm glad you can get people out of bad situations. Well, hello Dunk. Yeah, it's like, it's good for escaping, but like there's no actual in. So how do you, if you ever do get an advantage, how do you press it? You're just always on the back foot, composition wise. So I want to see Nunu go for Dragon, or at least some sort of pressure bot side. I do see that Zac is there, but had you end up drafting no to Little Catch, or is it just individual meta picks? Yes, like it's important when you're constructing your team. You don't just go, you don't forget that you need to build a team and not just have good picks. Let's say they first picked the Vladimir because that's just strong, and then these two players, this is the most comfortable champion. So you drafted these three. He was stolen, so this is the next best. And like by that point in time, everything's reliant on that last pick. If that was the order, unfortunately, I don't get to see what the order was. But yeah, it's something went wrong in the draft, and honestly, I think that's probably what ends up screwing them in this game, I'd imagine. Remember going for trades. Junglers running into each other. So another thing is, Crimson's not had a massive amount of pressure being Nunu, which is what you're supposed to do. He's not really put the Zac behind. He's not got the objective so far. Like, I would just run to Herald maybe after seeing that Zac. Sort of just, they know where he is. He's on a ward, so right now I'd be calling for the top laner to back away, so that if they do go for this dive, they can instantly TP. But remember, he's going for the fight instead, and he's losing it, which is unfortunate. So I imagine that's going to be that's just a straight 1v1 kill. Probably did need to back away then anyways, even ignoring the fact that he needed to be there for a TP in case there was that dive, but they're not going to make much of it. Also, Jesus, that's going to be a lot of damage to that tower. So that's Qmax, which is good. I think one interesting thing to note is this Fiora is winning by the looks of things purely because she has a Tiamat, and is able to just shove Camille in over and over, which has resulted in this ridiculous CS difference, I believe. I don't know when that happened, but Jesus. Might have been like a mistake in the build, but yeah, mistake, good play there. Interesting. Don't get that. Obviously, Fiora gets accelerated from Fleximancy on her build, but because she's able to make so much more money. But like, see this, like, you can't do that as Camille. So, right, Nunu looking for the steal. This is nice, but I would like to have seen a bit more of this to be able to find her.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So yeah, top tower goes down. Goes in for the trade. Knows that the jungle is coming, so they should be able to win this. Absolute zero will proc. Jesus, she is not dying. What the hell is that? Holy fuck, that Fiora just outplayed you guys. Let's replay that, because that was insane. Jesus. Okay, she dives straight in. Procs the Vital. Ults, and is able to get all 4 procs of it for that huge amount of healing. Okay, procs are vital. Procs are vital. Procs are vital. Flashes your stun. Procs are vital. Doesn't do it that time round, but gets the slow off and then dives in, and then, yeah. Jesus. That is actually insane. Did someone say vital procs? that is one of the like that right there is Nunu being a not so good pick in a sense, where yeah, you can dick all over the enemy jungler, but he doesn't do damage. You'd like to think it was a 1v2, but I wonder how much Nunu actually did there, considering he even fully channeled his absolute zero. So they went to contest the blue buff, but of course Nunu could just take that away from himself. The gold lead is already about 4k at this point in time, which is quite substantial, being that it's only 16 minutes in. But like almost 3k is entirely on this field, which is a good and a bad thing, because like it's not just that their team's generally stronger than you, it's just that it's Fiora, so you know, like if you can cancel her TPs and keep her on that island, then that's not necessarily a bad thing. Then you can kind of treat it like there is no advantage in the game. But at the same time, for your split push strategy that you'd probably want to enact with this Camille, that's, yeah, no chance. Like, he's going to get dove for sure. Stranger was able to get that stun off. Like, that's usually where Fiora's counterplay comes in, is she can riposte the stun, and then like a much higher levels of play, it then becomes sort of a game about when the Camille's going to use the stun, and if she's actually going to aim for the Fiora or just around Fiora to bait the riposte. I want to see what happened. Shut up, phone. And so it's just bot lane looking to recall. But I think it was a really late recall. That's going to get interrupted, isn't it? No, okay. Okay. Yeah, that was just a bad back timer. That's all that was. And Zach happened to be there, so they were able to get that turret. But honestly, they would have been able to get it without the Zach, by the looks of things. I think that was just poor macro, I guess. Needed to time that a little bit better. Maybe shoving the wave a little faster. Not send both of you back. I don't really know what you needed to do, but something needed to happen. So now this topside pressure is really leaking with the vision starting to get placed, and that wasn't a flash, was it? It was just a Q over the wall. Okay, yeah. For some reason I thought it was a flash. Oh well. Yeah. They're going to be able to pick up that Rift Herald because of that, which is unfortunate, particularly because there's a Nunu in this game. That's just lost to 2v1 regardless. So Jackal gets picked off. That's CC, they dive in, stake. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Jackal knows he's going to die here, so he goes full on melee and actually manages to survive. His stake was able to pull away all of the pressure. He gets one kill. Zach shows up to the party, but he's going to get dumpstered on as well, and Orianna will just about survive. So, see, this is what we were talking about when I said, like, Fiora being the fed one isn't necessarily a bad thing, or good TP to pick off that Orianna on the back end. Fiora being fed can be a good thing if she's just not in the fight. They just won that pretty solidly. That was well played. Excellent team fight. Jackal did what he needed to. Stake, excellent. Excellent amount of damage. But it also was what we talked about, where it had to be the perfect situation where Stake could dive in with all of that damage onto their entire, you know, backline. I get he has unsealed spell book, but you're not always gonna have flash up. You're not always gonna be able to just hop over here and get their entire like backline. Zach wasn't there to be the one pressuring you guys. You know, that was them overstepping, I think. So that it was a good opportunity to engage, and you guys found it. But I'm not sure you can like reliably have that happen multiple times in one game unless the enemy is messing up. So I don't really know what's happening with the wave management here, that they're able to just do this. Right, so Stake backs from that fight. Jackal is getting Krugs. And then recalling. Okay, Jackal needed to... you can see this is coming, and this is going to crash, and this is going to push in topside. He needed to get this wave, have it pushing for them, maybe kill off... since there's 3 creeps here, kill off like... 1, 2, 3, 4. Kill off 4 of them. Would have been fine, and then go for the recall. Okay, so mid gets slightly... No, mid gets reset, and then we've got 2 recalls. So we've got 3 recalls all at once, whilst the blue buff's up, and whilst, you know, like, mid isn't necessarily pushing. Top won't push once, you know, once that cannon hits. And bot is shoving. 3 people recalling at once when you don't have a single pushing lane is not. So that just allows them to easily go for that blue buff, steal it away. Oh my god, okay. Going for the engage. They overstayed though. Tam Kench is going to go into the backline with Stake. Excellent use of that ultimate. Should just be able to clean this up, so. Look at all that damage going on the bot tower though right now. Another wave's going to crash into it as well. So see, this fight again is keep going back. This fight is them messing up their engage, by the looks of things. Imagine they're going to try and go in on Stake here. Oh no, Stake's going to go in and just obliterate the team. And then they're going to look to, yeah, go in on you guys and punish it. But Stake can stall for really long, especially with that, you know, stopwatch. Tam Kench makes it there, and like everyone catches up. So yeah, not them messing up the engage, but overstaying. And then maybe pushing a bit too far forwards to try and kill, you know, a Vladimir with Paul and stopwatch and a Tam Kench. So that's more so on them, but yeah, again, good for capitalizing on it. Shame about the waves though, that are kind of dicking you over right now. Baron call? No, just sort of vision for it, right? So bot wave's finally going to get sorted by Stake. This is building, but thankfully it took ages to actually start collapsing together, so Jackal was able to get that CS and could have very potentially not been the case, and actually just all went into the tower. But because of but because Jackal showed, not necessarily because he showed top, but he wasn't here to like respond to this Rift Herald being used. Not that it really would have been able to stop anything. It's just sort of like, this is a completely free tower, completely uncontested. Maybe could have been contested. So it's Fiora just in a long lane. Don't think they had, yeah, didn't have this vision. So I think Stake just overextended by clear this wave out. and then back. This is just greedy. This is overextending. You know, Fiora's not on the map. This entire bit is dark. Okay, that would be a miss. That chase. You know, it's like everyone's got something they could have done better this game in a sense. Like the vision control down bot, I guess you could blame on Pepe and the fact that Zach was able to, you know, get that first gank off to get the kill onto him. Crimson probably needed to be asserting a lot more pressure considering he's Nunu, and maybe the 1v2 could have gone better. Bambo needed to win the 1v1 lane. There needs to be like better wave management from people like Jackal. Top lane there that one time, it's interesting, but the issue with doing this sort of Baron dance is it only works if they miss position, which they, god damn it, every time I want to say like this comp is terrible for actually engaging on people, it is, they're just fucking up. What they should be doing here, they have mid pressure, they should get top shoving for them and just control the vision. Don't look to engage, don't look to get engaged on, just sort of hold here with top lane shoving, and then like your Fiora's gonna then just win the bot lane, right? This is why is Zac up here. They're able to allow Stake to just go in on them. Now Oriana's got stealth from the team. This is just weird, right? This is them messing up. Good, again, executing on their mistakes, able to punish them for their misposition. And that's a free Baron for you guys. How's this bot lane looking? Okay, so Benbo's surviving now. Not winning, but that Baron's going to help him a lot. And then you guys are going to go for this top tower, so that's good. Only going to get your first tower. Start to be able to apply some pressure to the map. Right, so what have the three team fights been so far that have been good? It's my man Stake just flashing in on them and dicking on them. Again, unreliable, but he's doing it. So if I had to say someone was like performing this game, it would probably be Stake. Even though like KDA is there for Jackal, like everything's being set up by him and comes to the enemy playing bad in a sense. I'm not sure I like this. That was really good, Pepe. And Stake found it again. But like this should have been warded by blue team. This shouldn't happen, but he actually does die in that fight. That's not good. Oh, and the reason I said I didn't like that Benbo's here is now Fiora's going to go unchecked. She's able to get one free tower. Looking to, but she won't get there. Oh, at least they got this. That's nice. Yeah, what happened here again? Let's rewatch this. So I prefer Benbo is either bot, but preferably again keeping this Fiora in check. Don't give her a solo lane, otherwise the tower's just gone. Right? This is super risky. Again, you always have to watch these Zac angles. You had that, so I don't know why Jack was standing here. So Stake goes for the flank engage again. This time they actually do kill him before he can kill anyone himself. Excellent absolute zero. Tanking the turret. Yeah. Able to pick that one up and then should get this dragon as well. I should hope.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
If you were blue team, I'd honestly try and like after you has she actually like teleported into any fights yet, or I missed the Camille Fiora matchup. Please rewind. Bembo lost it. That's about it. She got a huge CS lead. By the looks of things, by building Tiamat and then just shoving him in, I think that's right, is it? So this is the better scaling build with the Ravenous as opposed to the Titanic, but I'm not sure that's what you want. Is knowing that your comp is arguably weaker than theirs, you should really have opted for I would say the Titanic. I don't know. I'm not a Camille expert. Alright, so you heavily overcommitted to get the Fiora alone. And okay, let's watch this again. Which I get, yeah, it's fine. You got the shutdown gold on him, but was it? I'm not sure it was worth like letting up all this pressure. So Stake flashes in again, just being a beast, and this time, okay, this is really good. That ultimate from Bembo, that is a reason why you would actually want to pull him away from that side lane. The ultimate, really good, right? Especially for keeping everyone inside of the absolute zero. If you time it correctly, you Camille ult then ab zero as opposed to the other way around. Otherwise you mess it up. But yeah, like Father's saying in the chat, you keep the Fiora in check, and then you teleport in, and then the ultimate can be used. And since that's the situation, you do want to probably take Titanic as opposed to Ravenous, so that you have that better team fighting. And just try and end it now before you get outscaled. So Stake's just a beast. It's not about winning the 1v1, it's having the ability to sustain in the side lane enough so that Fiora can't dive you after chipping your health. When you're this close to base, you can reasonably back and get back to lane. And also, like, sitting in the side lane at this point in time, I want to say is no longer the correct thing to do. But Crimson stayed around on really low health. You were able to keep him alive there. So Benbow gets locked down from the CC, but Stake tried to destroy these guys, but got destroyed himself. Jackal's still alive and full health though, so that's a free tower. It's true. I'd like. Surely, Fiora chipping you down and then diving you, I'm not sure if that's the correct thing from the Fiora. I think the Fiora should just dive anyways, right? Like, when you have ult, just go. What you're going to do here is you're going to clear out all the vision, have it controlled, and then start to threaten the Baron enough so that you force a Fiora TP.
team's turret has been destroyed.
That's just unfortunate, really. You want to force that Fiora TP and then just back away from the Baron. Oh, okay. I guess Stake did his thing again. Let's see. Yeah, force the Fiora TP back away from the Baron, and then she's sort of like in the wrong place. Stake, yeah, gets his engagement again. This is Sonya's. He'll be able to pull as well if he needs to. Oh no, he doesn't use that. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, lol. Again, great execution. This team just missed positioning. It's like, come on, like, yeah, how many times is Stake? Are you gonna let this Vladimir just flash in on you like that? When's this AD carry gonna build some sort of grievous wounds? What's going on there? Free. I don't know why you're not getting rid of that ward. Obviously you can't get it stolen considering you're new, but seems reasonable anyways. Because the new auto attacks are kind of wasted on the Baron.
Blue team is
Oriel's have been very poor. Yeah. She needs to be like, what this team needs to be doing, blue team have the engage, just set it up so you're in a solid position. You have vision so Vladimir can't just engage on you first, which just shouldn't be happening. And then you look for the Zacta, dive in, and then get a sick Oriel. Like, blue team are not using this composition correctly. Like, the tools are being wasted, so I'm gonna use everything onto this Fiora again. Blue team are doing the correct thing of just shoving it down mid. So that's going to be her going down. Four people for one. Is it worth it when they get an inhib? Really? I want to see how the setup was before they went for this. Right. We forgot Fiora had a GA, goddammit. Okay. The wave is mid, guys. You saw that Fiora is overextended. You need to look at the rest of the map. Like, this is something you can reasonably do if you've just killed the wave and yours is like going in from here. But it met mid and their players were just around there. So this, yeah, wave control again, I would say. Even if, like, Fiora didn't have GA and you did kill her, you still probably lost mid-turret. Maybe not the inhib, but, like, it's a turret for a kill. Wait, who has stopwatch and doesn't use it? I don't know. Alright, top's doing something. I can't really tell what it's doing right now. It seems to be going in favour of blue, and Fiora's going to show up there. I guess you look for a situation where Vladimir can just engage on them again, maybe bait them in. Bot's shoving, so that's good. Getting the response to the Fiora. I don't know why the mid pressure's just been completely let up though. I don't know why everyone just walked there for a little bit of time. That was strange. You just gave them a completely free rotation to bot lane. Please don't go for the Fiora again. Okay, Jackal's not here, so this is probably not a good fight, other than the fact that Stake's a beast. They're able to take down that Fiora with, again, it's just like, it's too many people being executed. Luckily, they overstayed. Just back away. You won the fight. Just back away before they can get there. Blue team doesn't know how to call it quits. Elder Dragon pressure, it's nice. Let's just do this. Stake gets a flank again. Good ult into Zhonya's. Zac pulls him into the team. He's still alive though. Shredding them apart. Fiora goes for the flank. Elder Dragon's still hitting you guys. Jackal's still alive and full health though. Okay, de-aggroed. I'm not sure about this. I think it's good for you guys. But they have 2 damage dealers whilst you have 1. Although it is, of course, a cog more with 2 supports. But Zac ults Vlad into the... Yeah, I don't... That does seem weird. Like, it would probably be better for Zac to just ult the Vlad away and sacrifice himself just to give his team some freedom from that Vlad, you know. Baron, this could be risky. Teleport? Well, there is a teleport, so that's pretty strong, but their team appears to be here. Stake almost gets them. Problem is Fiora's up. You're unable to like single her out in the fight, you know, by just letting Jackal rain on her. It was a bad call to go for the Baron. I think it's nice what the waves are doing though. That's really good. So maybe what it could have been good to do is just sort of pressure the Baron.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Make them check it, potentially look for a pick. If you don't, just back away a little bit, start to pressure it again, make sure they don't know what's going on, make sure it's blind so they don't know what's going on the map. And then when they actually show people to clear these waves, then go for it, right? And also, if you're just stalling, you're giving time for your teammates to get there. There's a little forced. I think it could have been played a little better, essentially. But what is going on there? What? They've gone for a forced bounce pool now as well. So it worked out for them though. Now you gotta turtle up, and this should be free for this Zac. If you guys are all like huddling around a tower or something, this is the time for the Zac Orianna combo. You're split pushing again for free. Wait, hang on. If you're gonna build Thornmail, why didn't you go for the... Like, if you're going to go tanky from here and not, like, Sterax Gauge or whatever, why wouldn't you go for the Titanic? Like, if you're planning on building defensive items from then on, just Titanic makes sense. Okay, so this is again a really free situation for the Zac to potentially engage. They've got Fiora having fun in the bot lane as well. They're going to wait for you guys to maybe show and stop her, but otherwise Zac will just be looking to get a get good in. There should be a ward here, really. I know that they were like controlling the vision to prevent it from being placed, but Zac needs to not be showing them. Jesus, okay, Jackal's just getting a free pick off, but he's going to get ulted in. Ah, this is why Zac is so good against him, but I have no idea why this is working out so well for you guys. That really shouldn't have. Oh, good flash, good escape. Unfortunately, Stake had to be dealing with the mid wave that entire time, so he couldn't be there for the fight. Aggressive flash, I guess. Now, Bembo had to go for that, and then Fiora was able to get that in here. Bleeding the pressure, man. What you could have done early on is you recognize that situation is probably just going to happen anyways. You're probably going to lose that bot inhib regardless whilst that Baron buffs up. It might have been an idea to just go, okay, fuck it. Camille goes from bot lane and looks for an engage onto that Orianna or that Varus on top. Just fuck it. Let's go all in, see what happens. You should just instantly win the fight. Hopefully in time to be able to just get back and the Fiora hasn't just torn apart your base. I don't think she would. But go. This needs to be some sort of just pull the trigger. You're just gonna bleed damage. You're gonna let that bot turret shove in, bot wave shove in. But again, you can't really pull the trigger because this is where the comp is lacking. The only real engage is Camille. You can't rely on Stake to just flash over a wall that they've not got warded anymore, because they only have to ward one wall and see everything coming from a mile away. Zac look for an engage, he's going to get it. They do get the inhibs, and they've been triple inhibs. Fiora overextends a little bit. Did absolute zero to zone them, and there's the shockwave. Jesus. Okay. This is where, like, don't have many options really, and it's also starting to scale. Like that Orianna's actually kind of hurting now. You see that shockwave almost killed someone. I'm not sure who exactly, but bot wave is good. It's just cleared, but completely dark here. What happened after they won that fight? What did they do? Stake went bot. Pepe.
I must retire in order to find the digestive.
I guess Pepe doesn't have any wards left, because I would have liked to have seen him in the Crimson spend this time controlling the vision topside. Clear some wards, that's good. But like, you guys needed to get something here, right? Actually place them. If you didn't have any wards in your pocket, should have recalled really. Like getting wolves whilst Baron's about to come up, and you have zero vision on the area. That's what Pepe's going to do. Yeah, they just didn't have that. Yeah, they needed to recall them. Because now you're going to have to fight over this red buff as well. Completely blind. Tension gauge. Terrible shockwave. Again, still no... void stuff. There you go. Yeah, like Further's been saying. No void stuff, but because that engage didn't work, you guys just need to back now to deal with these waves, which then gives free back. You needed Camille in Tam's stomach there for that engage.
Blue team has slain Baron Nashor.
Baron Elder. Elder's not too impactful, they've only got 2 dragons, but Baron Elder with 2 inhibs down, and this is basically done. Because you can't just go, fuck it, let's go in. You don't have the comp for it. And again, the issue with the Tam Kenshin gauge, which I've not actually mentioned, Orianna can just ult you. Like, if she was building properly, she'd just one-shot you guys. Should be a pretty simple stall out till eventually the Zac actually goes in and gets a good engage, I should imagine. You guys are clearing the minions fine, but it's only a matter of time. Okay, there's a shockwave. Stake pulls the trigger, goes in. Zonya's come out. Damage from Hemoplay. Stake dead. Jackal. So Fiora just had a good last fight there. So, what I was told about this game is the Fiora was just too hard to handle, and then they didn't really have an excellent comp, so they couldn't work with it, right? A lot of the issues kind of stemmed from just general macro, you know. The wave control wasn't existent, and when you had good waves, just coincidentally, you didn't use them. You know, you didn't stall around that Baron that one time. You didn't shove in mid before you actually went for that dive onto the Fiora, which was a bit silly anyways, but like, you honestly could have ignored the Fiora and done pretty decently. Stake was having a really good time against this team, more so because their team wasn't playing properly against him, but not to his discredit or anything. Like, he was doing real good, but again, your comp, the only go you have in it is Camille, and you had Camille in the side lane, which is fine. But at some point when you took the lead of the game, you had, I think you had Baron buff at one point. That's when you say, okay, let's end it now. Let's just go 5 into 1 lane. Look for the first opening we can. Shove a lane in, forcing Fiora to have to go to that one and then do it. It wasn't an impossible game. It's not like the comp completely stopped you from being able to win this one, but yeah. Nunu as a champion just didn't feel massively impactful either. Pepe's been in Twitch chat talking about himself misplaying, so he recognizes that, but like, Nunu was good with the cog more, but I feel like there was, because of the lacks in the composition, something probably needed to change. I don't know what you would change it to, but you know, you needed something. The Camille Fiora matchup, I'm not sure if the build was right. Again, I'm not a top laner. unfair to criticism on that, but I don't think the lane was played correctly. I don't think the build was superb. That 1v2 top was not good, and yeah, it was. You could have won it. You definitely could have won it with changes in the playstyle, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for the stream, because I was only going to review this one game. We found out Fiora vs Camille is super weighted towards Fiora post 6, and we had counter pick top. Yeah. Like, Fiora is really good with the riposte, and she sort of like evenly duels out Camille, but Camille kind of wins it. But that ultimate is so much more impactful due to the sustain it gives. Yeah, Fiora does win it, but like, I mean, what doesn't Fiora win, right? There's not necessarily a counter pick. It's just maybe. Maybe something like a Gnar would have been better. Because you bully her with your Q and stuff like that, and it's like full on obvious engage for your team if he ever goes through the teleport play, and because that's what it was lacking. Like if you had that counter pick in the top lane, then that, yeah. Poor draft. But the good news about this is it's not like this is unrealistic changes you can make. You know, just next time you're drafting and you go, wait guys, are we missing something on our team comp? And when you're looking at our last pick, you go, oh yeah, we had a game where we were missing some sort of engage. Let's make sure we have it this time. And now you're going to think about the wave management, I hope. You're going to think about where the vision needs to be and when, and be a little bit better timed. Think about realistic win conditions, like stake engaging on a poorly played, positioned team is not a realistic win condition. That's just stake being good. You know? Like when you completed this draft, what were you saying? Okay, this is how we're going to execute to get the Nexus. That needs to be thought about more. But yeah, okay. And I'm done.